to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my first ever story time video, and this video involves when I went and got my nails done for my 21st birthday. So before I start this video, I want to say I will not be naming names. I will not be doing any of that. I don't want to slander this person. I don't want anything bad to come of this video. As you can see, I have already redone my own nails. I canceled my appointment and redid them myself. They don't look professional, but they look better than they did. So, previously in 2016, I want to say, I was going to a salon here in town called, Art of Nail. That's what it was called. And I loved them. They were great. They did everything I asked for. They did a really good job. And then once I stopped going because I got a job as a chef, and obviously you can't work as a chef with things like these on your hands, I got them taken off. And actually I took them off myself, which was a major problem. And the person that owned the salon moved back to her hometown and reopened her salon there. So this time, when I wanted to get them done again, because I'm no longer working as a chef, and won't be in the future, I didn't know that she had closed down, so I called and called and called. She wasn't answering, so I figured maybe she's on vacation, something must have happened, it's okay, no problem. So I called around to find an appointment, and it's very hard to find a nail appointment in this town for some reason. A lot of nail technicians don't take new customers because they're already so booked with appointments. So I found one, and I'm not going to name the business, I'm not going to tell you her name. And she at first said that she didn't have any appointments. I'm still drinking my breakfast smoothie, I apologize. Protein. She first said she didn't have any because I wanted to get them done. My birthday's on the 2nd. I was going to Frankfurt on the 1st, and so I wanted them done like either the Wednesday or the Tuesday before, because on Monday I had a doctor's appointment, which this is probably going up 2nd maybe. So you probably already heard about that. And she said that, okay, on Tuesday I would have an appointment at like 2 o'clock, something like that. And we said, great, fine, perfect. We booked it, I think, 2 or 3 weeks in advance. And so, which you've seen, if you watched my birthday vlog, I showed you footage of this. We are walking to where the map says that this salon is. And we know, my husband's lived here his whole life, so he knows the area pretty well. And he's like, I've never heard of this place. Like, I don't know where it is. It says it's on this street. I've never seen it. So we're like, okay, well, instead of, we'll just walk there. It's a couple-minute walk, no problem. So we're walking down there, and we get to the street where it says it's at, and we turn to walk up the street to see if we can find it. And we're passing, like, hair salons. There's, like, a furniture store. Just a whole, and like a park and a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm like, I don't see any nail salon on this street. And he's like, yeah, it's a little weird, but I have the actual house number or the building number. So let's just find that and then we'll figure out what's going on. So we walked, and it's all the way up the end of the street. So we finally get there, and we're staring at the house number, and we're looking at the address on the website, and we're like, this is not a nail salon, this is a house. Well, we walked up to the front door, and there it said the name of the salon. So we pressed the button. I wanted to say knock, but we pressed the button to let us in, and then the door didn't work the first time, so we had to do it again, which, whatever. And then we walked in, and we were like staring at this like 3-flight spiral staircase. And I was like, that's a little weird. Like, where is this nail salon at? Because I figured, okay, yeah, somebody runs it in like the basement of their house. No. So we walked up the first flight, and I was looking on the door, and I was like, that's not it. So we had to go up again and did the same thing. Still not there. So we went all the way up all the 3 flights of stairs. And there was the nail salon. There was the woman who owned it. And she opened the door, and she said, oh yeah, come right in. And she took me into this little room that was like right off of her front door. Like, so here's her front door to her house. You walk in, there's a tiny little hallway, and then there was the nail salon thing, like the chair and all the equipment. So already I'm kind of like, this is a little weird. I've never been to a nail salon that's in someone's house, like it's just one room in their house. This is a little bit different. But I said, okay, you know, she's probably really good at what she does. She just doesn't need a professional salon. Like, it's no problem. It looked clean. It was a little dark, but it looked clean until I sat down at the chair. And that's when I kind of noticed that there were, like, nail shavings kind of everywhere, and it was just kind of a little dusty and kind of grimy, which it happens. It still wasn't the biggest red flag for me. I was kind of like side eyeing Daniel, like, well, watch out. So she asked me what I want, and I showed her a picture. I don't know if I can find the picture. So I showed her this picture, which I'll put it on the screen if you can't see it. And I also said that I wanted some glitter, which Daniel actually picked out the glitter, and he chose, I'm trying to find the image. What did he do, like scroll for 5 minutes? There it is. Okay, and I said I wanted glitter, something similar to this, just on one finger. And again, I'll put it on the screen. So, she says, okay, no problem. She like helps me pick a color, because I wanted like super hot pink, like candy yum yum pink. And she says, no problem. I have tons of colors, it's not an issue. And I said, great. So we started, and we were maybe 5 minutes in when all of a sudden I hear her go, oh shit, and I was like, oh my god, what? And I noticed that my finger was bleeding, and I said, okay, that can happen, whatever. So she's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, really, it's okay. It's one finger, like, I'm not dying, like, it's just a little irritated, it's fine. And then she went to the next finger, and that one started bleeding. And the next, and the next, and the next. And at the end of it, like, I want to say like 7 out of 10 of my fingers were bleeding. And they were like throbbing, because not only had she made them bleed the first time, she had continued, instead of like fixing it and then going on, she had continued to file and rub and do the manicure while my fingers were bleeding, which you can see in the vlog footage if you watch the vlog. So, I was kind of concerned, and I was looking over at Daniel, and I'm mouthing to him, like, she's making me bleed, she's making me bleed. And he's like, do you want me to tell her to stop? Because he usually does, the way our marriage works is he usually does the speaking. He's usually the one that people talk to. So he's like, do you want me to tell her to stop? And I'm like, no, it's fine. I'll live, it's fine, it's not a big deal. So, this whole time that, like, after she had said those two things, like, oh shit, and I'm so sorry about your finger, she didn't speak, like, at all. It was so, like, you could hear a pin drop in that room. It was so quiet, and I was like, what the actual shit, like, this is so awkward. And then I turned to Daniel and I was like, do something, like, I'm really awkward, because I do have social anxiety, so, like, awkward situations are really bad for me. So I was like, say something. And so he started a conversation, and then things got, like, a little bit more comfortable, like, I was pretty much okay. other than the fact that my fingers were like profusely bleeding. Like she had blood on her little station thing. And then after she's done like cleaning and filing and shaping my nail, she gets out this box of plastic tips. And I turned to Daniel and I was like, wait, didn't you tell me these were gel? And he's like, yeah, that's what she said. And I have never had a gel manicure that used plastic tips. All my gel manicures have been formed gel with those little like sticker things that you go, like they put under your nail and then they put the gel on top and form it, and then they take the sticker out and like shape it. That's the kind of gel manicure that I've always had, and I've had 5 or 6 of them in the last year. This would probably be my 7th one. So I was concerned because I don't want acrylic on my nails. I don't do acrylic. I go gel. Acrylic is much worse for your nails. So he asked me, do you want me to say something? And I said, no, it's fine. I don't know why. Don't yell at me in the comments. I don't know why I said it was fine, but I did. So, she pulls out these tips and she's matching them to my fingers. I have also had an acrylic manicure before, so I know that that's what happens with acrylic nails. She started matching them, but then she would pick ones that didn't match, so I'd have to tell her that's not big enough or that's too small. Which I know probably sounds like I was probably the worst nail customer ever, but it's my hands, it's my nails, like, they're important to me. I want them done correctly. So she finishes super gluing these plastic tips to my nails, and then she starts to, like, cut them. And I had showed you, I'll put the picture here again, what I wanted. I showed her that exact picture, and I said, I want stiletto nails. I want sharp stilettos. I don't mean like cat claws, like kill a person with them nails, but I meant sharp. And she starts cutting them, and at first I'm like, okay, like I'm looking, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine, like it's a little rounded, but that's okay. And by the time they're done, they're completely round. And as you can see, this is the way I wanted them. This is how I filed them. They're still a little bit round for me, but this is how I filed them. And if you look, the way I had them before, they were nothing like this. They were super duper round. So that upset me too, because I was like, that's not what I wanted. And again, I didn't say anything because I just don't like to confront people about things. So I said, yeah, I mean, they looked cute. So I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, maybe it's a good idea to not have super sharp ones because, you know, I might scratch Daniel in the night or something might happen, whatever. I'll probably poke my own eye out. Not fun. So, she finishes that up, and then she starts going for the color, and she pulls out this box, and she rifles through it for 5 minutes. Can't find the color. So then she goes to another box. Does the same thing. Can't find it. Another box. Can't find it. Another box. And so she's got 4 of these huge boxes of gel color or acrylic or whatever they are, sitting on this table, and she's like digging through all of them. She's like, I swear I have the color. I swear I have it. I have it. I have it. I have it. And I was like, dude, then where is it? Like, where is the color? So she finally finds it. And I'm just sitting there like, thank God. And she starts painting it on. And I was like, that's not going to be opaque enough. I'm going to need 2 coats. And she's like, yeah, no problem. So I just kind of let it go at this point. I was like, these nails are not going to be what I wanted them to be. Let's just see what she can do and figure it out from there. So, long story short, which I'm trying to make this not super long because I know I just uploaded like a 45-minute video the other day. She gets the paint on, and then I ask for my glitter. And I put glitter on my I'm not flipping you off, guys, I promise, but on this finger. So she's going through the options with me, and she goes, do you want pink hollow? Do you want, you know, this, or the other thing? And first I was like, pink hollow, because Christine and holosexual. But then she showed me this white glitter. And I was like, oh my god, that's gorgeous. Like, I need it in my life. Put that on my nail. And I have footage of her putting it on my nail. So either I might insert it here, or you might have to go watch the vlog. But she put it on my nail, and I was like, yes, this is so exciting. And then she rubbed it in, and it was like there was nothing there. Like, unless you were looking directly in the light, like, you couldn't see the glitter. And I was like, that's not at all what I wanted. Like, again, picture of what I wanted. It doesn't look anything like that. So I was pretty done, and my fingers were throbbing, and they were still bleeding. So I just paid her, which I paid her €60 for this, for a set of new nails. And then a fill is $39, like €39. And I walked out of there, and Daniel's like, are you okay? And I was like, no, I'm really not. Like, my fingers hurt like a bitch. I could not use my fingers for like a day and a half after that. That's how much she made me bleed, and like they were hurting so bad. So needless to say, I did actually think about going to get a fill to see if I could, like, to see maybe if she would do better. Because I always want to give people second chances, but I'm really not willing to spend €40 on something that I don't know is going to be top quality. So, I canceled my appointment, and I did these ones myself. It took me about 30 minutes per nail because I don't have professional equipment. All I had was a file and my polish to gel manicure set. So I'm pretty proud of the way they look now, considering I did them myself. I'm going to just continue to do that until I'm ready to get them taken off, and then I will say goodbye to them and probably not get them done again until I find a decent salon. Okay. So there you go, you guys. There's the story of the weirdest nail salon experience I've ever had, and the nail salon lady made me bleed. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. There is a link to my blog in this corner. Down below are 2 links to other videos I've made that might interest you, and my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat are all linked in the down bar if you're interested. And I will see you in the next one.